Hello guys, this is Skill Dimension. We make short technical videos. This is JavaScript interview question series. Hello guys, today we are going to talk about one of the important feature in JavaScript known as closure. So closure is a function which bundles together its lexical environment. So what does lexical environment mean? Whenever an inner function gets access to the outer scope of the outer function, that is known as closure scope. Let's get on to the code to see this in action. So as you can see, here I have defined an outer function named as bank account, and we have three inner functions which is called current balance, add balance and withdraw balance. So if you come to line number 24, you can see we are creating a constant named my account which is instantiating bank account with an initial value of 1000 rupees. Okay, so if you see the implementation, we are initializing this variable called balance, which is getting initialized on line number 24. So the initial value of balance will be around 1000 rupees. So if you see on the right hand side on the console, you can see at the time of opening the current balance is 1000 rupees, and then here we are doing various operations using the inner functions what we have, which is current balance, add balance and withdraw balance. So as I do the operations, if I want to check the current balance, I do my account dot current balance, which access the inner function and gives me the value of the current balance in the account. Okay, as you all can see, one of the obvious advantage of using closure is you get to privatize your variable. As you can see here, the balance variable can only be accessed by the inner function, which is current balance, add balance, withdraw balance, or the bank account function itself. It cannot be accessed anywhere outside this particular scope, and that is what closure brings to the table. You get to privatize your variable and use encapsulation as a feature in JavaScript. So in order to show you how this works, let me try to add a debugger here. So as you can see now, we have come to the line number 5 in the control statement. So let's try to move line by line. So coming to the next line, and now we have come to line number 23, where we are trying to initialize the bank account function with the value 1000, which is the initial value. You can see balance is currently undefined, and now I think it will be assigned with the initial value which is being passed from line number 23. So you can see this is the current scope. This is the current scope of bank account function. Let's move on to the next line. So we are defining all these functions named as current balance, add balance and withdraw balance. So after defining this, let's try to check what scope they hold. If we go to my account, you can see my account is of type bank account, and then you have three functions. One is add balance, second is current balance and withdraw balance. In add balance, if you see scope, global scope is the default scope which any function holds, and there is one more scope which is called closure, which basically binds your lexical environment with the inner function as told before. You can see the balance variable is bound to this add balance function because of this particular scope, and you can see the same with other functions like current balance. You can see here also we have a closure scope binding your balance variable to current balance method, and the same goes with withdraw balance. Even here you have a closure scope which binds your balance variable to all these inner functions. So this is how your closure works. Thanks for watching this video. Do let us know your feedback in the comment section. Also, let us know if you want a video on a particular topic or a question. That's all from Skill Dimension. We'll see you in another video.